Hello and welcome. Time for another crypto trading video using the charts from Binance. And I want to maybe get into maybe three small bets. I got zero point zero 0.03 Bitcoin, so maybe 3.01 bets. Either buy now, put a buy order in place, and go through codes I don't own in alphabetical order. Also, just mainly go through the 2 hour time frame, but when need be, just go through different ones in here. Like this one's an interesting session on ADX, as it's broken above the 18 average, met the previous resistance from before, came back to the 18 average of highs, starting to leave such a time frame, and as showing from before amongst the 2 hour time frame, now back to this level. If anything, I think I'd want to get an alert on a break above 33.45, and I really don't want to do much about it. I can do it. I can. Actually, I don't know if I can anymore because I lost my subscription on the blah 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 the trade, or on my coin where I get my charts from, which would be that of TradingView. But yeah, going back to this here again. Well, with that TradingView, I don't get the advertisements, and all I've lost out on so far that I've really wanted to have was the 400-minute time frame or whatever time frames I'd like to have. Anyway, possibility here. I don't own AE, so let's take a look at that. Oftentimes I'll look at it quickly and say, nah. I'll just wait for it to. Man, this is. Oh my goodness, this is where if I were to buy it, I'd be looking to see. Well, it broke down below the support, and I'm not buying it now. I'd be looking to go a buy order later. Maybe if it gets up there, it's doing a failed breakdown. So that's. I mean, I don't even want to look at any more on this chart. AGI, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of coins on here, and which I don't own, and it's relative. Oh, okay. Well, this is a spot where we look at the 4-6 hour time frame. You're going to see the 18 average of lows hit within that bottom area in here. So there's a 4 hour time frame within such daily chart. Yeah, it's a Pierce hit to above here. Really need to see it hold around 980, 1,000. Ooh, but if it gets above this resistance, then yeah, maybe if you were to put anything, put a buy order around 1,000, even deeper in the 960s, it may be able to go into. And it might not even go there, but if you're looking for anything else, you really need to see the break above. And I think it might be best for me to see more periods because I don't want to just keep on switching time frames. I can shorten out the periods when need be. So AION, I don't own. I probably won't be able to go through them all. Interesting break here, hitting the previous resistance point. If I were to put a buy order in, maybe around 400, 395 in here, getting above this level of resistance at 444 maybe. There might be something special on that. AMB. Wow, look at these moves. I mean, 2,600 back down to 2. Okay. I don't need this anymore. I'm just going to write this code down because I would forget it. Man, that's an interesting code. I don't know why I'm not in this one. I mean, I got to do more of this than just looking at these markets, but oh, wow. Definitely an awesome buy order for 35 and change down to about 15, 20. Uh, 900. A buy order around 900, even 1,000 just to be safe and more. It's a psychological number. It's also it's like, again, it's safe just to get it because whether I get 900 or 1,000, I'm expecting big gains further from that point on. Ardor, I've played this back in the day. ARC I don't own, AST I don't own, Basic Attention I don't own. I've got the new Bitcoin fork ones. Let's go 2 hours, as that was the plan. Oh man, I'll limit this video to maybe 20 minutes or so, and then if I might do another part, I got stuff to do today anyway. I got to be out of here in an hour and a half. So, uh, yeah, the long range resistance. I like how this one, within such, you have the move going down like this. So now you're consolidating with the 18 highs. I like in this previous period how it came back down to the 18 average of lows. Oh, the 3 minute. Well, I don't care about low volume, but I don't see any. If these small codes like this, if you see things picking up, now I do see the interesting volume spike right here, but it's not that big going from like 40 to, it's not big volume. So if you see massive volume coming in and all that within these types of codes, like I showed earlier with Komodo was an example about a week and a week ago. So interesting. I'm not going to do anything more with Ardor. Arc. I've played this. I don't know why I'm not playing this. I've day traded this one successfully maybe 2 months ago. Nice move. Going from 965 up to 12. Again, this. Ooh, wow. Nice on the daily. Okay, so you have this resistance established. It came back to now. Okay, let's make a buy order then. Most likely. And we'd be looking at around 1050. Let's see if it's. But this thing could. Let me just go shorten it out again. 2 hour time frame. Yeah, it could very easily come back there. Okay, so there's the first order in. Might come in, might not. I already own ARN, AST. Got the 2 hour. Got a lot of periods. This thing looks like it's breaking down. So, if anything, this is a type of spot where do you see this thing falling down to about the 842 level? Not something I want to put a buy order in, but maybe something I might want to sell and maybe try to get back later. Basic attention. May I have your basic attention, please? That's just a terrible joke. Same. This one looks like it's breaking down as well. Something maybe to get it out through 3,800. Now, do I really want to buy at 3,800? Let's look at the long-term time frame and see. Probably not. Ooh, well, we got the 18 average of lows. Yeah, hit that. Maybe it comes back down. I do like how it has broken above this level here. It's been very choppy. Again, this is something I should be playing. I mean, I like this range, how we have the support from 3,000 down to about 22 and resisting very solidly around 5,300. So I think something like this, if it's a failed breakout, this thing would probably either hit the, you got support at 34.62, but more importantly for me, I'd be probably looking to get in on something like this at 2,500 or 2,600. I know this range play is good until it breaks it, which means either it has a significant break above below 2,300, and who knows how much below 1,000 or 500 it might go, and then breaking above these resistance at like the 6,500 could be, I mean, moves that are fantastic. But yeah, I'm not going to do anything with that right now. Bitcoin Dark, I think this one is. What? Yeah, it's just not do anything more with that and put it back to the 2. So these are the new Bitcoin caches. This one's breaking down anything to a key level. Maybe. Alrighty, how do we want to calculate this? The low is 41. We'll go 41.42. And we got a high in at 55.36. We have a down target of about 34.62. I mean, that's just so blind, and it's maybe a previous breakdown below 3,200 if you wanted to buy. I don't think I'm going to do it though. It's still relatively early in the stage. And I'm going to presume, I got to change the, I'm going to presume that this one's going to be a very similar looking chart below it. Well, not really. Very neutral, to say the least. And I'm not going to go any further with it. I own that. Blitz I don't own. I don't even know if this is called Blitz. BNB was doing pretty good the other day. I just want to take a look at that. I mean, it was doing bad before, but... Okay, so this market here, yada, 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 correctionary move, anything of a good correction. Oh, this could be dangerous. I mean, it's low, so that's okay, but I just don't... Unless I know something fundamental on this one, I wouldn't want to get into this. Yeah, so there's a breakout here on BNB on the daily. This is because there's a big decline going from the 15 handle down to the 12 half, now up to 13.7. And let's go to the 2 hour that I want to see. This thing is just... this does this a lot on here. This is... When its markets are at the highs for me, I mean, the original view is like... Whatever. I mean, it works. I can't... I wonder if I could switch the 18 averages on here. How do you... Where's my... I mean, this here, these lines, could I edit them somewhere? I mean, this is why I went to the trading view part. Okay, well, I'm not going to do anything. I could sell. I own these, but I don't want to sell them. Okay, next code. What time are we at? We're at 11 minutes. Okay. Alrighty then. So this was Binance Coin BNT. And we got nothing. I mean, didn't I just reset the scale? Interesting move here. What's the volatility on it? 16.6 to 18. That's sad. I mean, that's below satisfactory. This one's better than below satisfactory, though. 16.8 to 12.21. That one would be a satisfactory move. 3 more below satisfactory moves. A bunch more below satisfactory. Decent movement up and down overall. I do like how it's established as resistance. This is a spot here. I wouldn't buy this now, not even maybe. But if I see this getting above this level here on the 17.2 handle, then just maybe this thing has the potential to make it to, or at least to that 18 number. Pretty decently low volatility overall. BQX and BRD, what a good code that has been. All this is done is it's sideways this a small little bit more neutral. Okay, I mean it hasn't really established resistance. It's just matched this one in here, which is more getting this thing neutral more than anything. I'd want to see resistance established in the 31 range at least, but nothing more to look at on this one. Bitcoin Gold. I haven't played that in a long time, probably over half a year. How's it done? Well, it's had a good run. But now it's looking like it's breaking down from that run because you see it go from point low to point high. Okay, Vault. I mean, a 2x move, that's okay. I mean, that's satisfactory. Barely. I mean, you want 3x moves or better, but... This is a situation, you established this level of support, consolidated a bit, had a little opportunity to get above here, but it never did. But interesting candle here, where you have it hit the 18 highs and pull back. So this was a spot to try to get out of what was up, neutral. Now it's breaking neutral, starting to break down lower. Definitely something I would consider selling at this stage for at least a buyback at 34.50 or lower, if you even want to buy it back, of course. BTS... it's not looking too good on the daily. Let's just look at it all in the daily and then work from there. And I can go to 2 hour if I like it. CDT. Interesting. Volatility moves. And a situation This is very interesting. It's kind of scary, actually. And this is why. At least for, because you have this resistance breakout in here at the 298, comes back to the 18 highs, and then this period here a few days ago, it breaks out above it, but it barely did, and it has given it up really fast. It has went below this low. This thing is ready to have an interesting move. Maybe it goes choppily sideways, but this thing does have the potential for there's a high risk, high reward is how I'm looking at this. So because of such, I just like this for the trading that I talk about for all of these kinds of moves. Overall, it's been in a downtrend. This is something I could try and buy low, sell high. If you bought this thing maybe back at like say, I'd be curious if you bought this at 1,000 down here. Oh, you get some selling up here. You'd probably be small ahead, even though it's down 4x since that point, because of a lot of these amazing moves. So let's just even put note whether I'll show this or not. Again, I've been making spreadsheet. I'm gonna be making a spreadsheet tonight, so this is something I could just download and then take a look at it through such, which is probably what I'm going to do. Let's make this 20 minutes, so 4 minutes to go. Obviously, if you like this, I can continue doing this chronologically through the next day or two or three, all the way down to Z. But anyway, what code was this again? This was symbol ticker CDT. So next up, we got Cloak, which I've already shown this morning. CMT I own, CND. Ooh, it's getting its ass kicked. Okay, so let's move on. I mean, yeah, that's if I want to buy it and when it's getting its butt. I mean, I don't want to buy it till at least 200 on the low. Uh, so anyway, that's Civic. I've been owning this before. I got out of this months ago as well. It's been it's got some decent. I mean, these moves in here are just fantastic, but it's not looking too good short term right now. I don't think so. It's correcting within this 18. Had a chance on this day as it broke above the 1713 to break out, but it looks like it rejected it so quickly. Dash I own. Let's look at the data here. I'm a big data fan, but not necessarily this data. Interesting move on here. What was the volatility? 473 up to 1500, so a 3x move. That's pretty good. Overall, this thing had the decent sized move going from 18 handle down to 4. Has really been nothing more than choppy back and forth ever since, which is exactly how this strategy works. For if you bought this at, say, breaking down at around 730, somewhere in here when it was down so much, you're like, oh my goodness, we had a low at like 1,000. It's at like 780. How could I not buy? Well, you'd be up obviously with these moves, buying and selling like I talk about, even though the market's down over 200 basis points since that point. And possibly even if you bought at the 1600, you still might be up, especially with days like this. But that would be difficult. Well, yeah, because you'd buy it here, sell up there. But anyway, there's not much time left in this, so let's go on to the next one. Decred, which I own, but not here though. And or do I own it? I own Golem, GNT. No, I get those all mixed up. No, I don't own it. But it's getting its ass kicked as it is anyway. Dent. I own Dent. DGD. If I were to buy, I probably want a little bit better prices. I mean, this is down so much that if I'm just trying to get something for the cheap, I kind of, especially if I know this is a good coin, I know it's so cheap. It's lost over 10x from the high, but not much more to say about that. I've only made one play so far, which is that buy order, which might or might not come in. This one looks pretty interesting right now. You have this resistance established here at 1400. You spent 3 days consolidating to the 18 highs, and the 4th day you did. You stayed above it, but you didn't break out. Yesterday you did. Now it comes back to that little key area. I'd like to see it hold. So now the 2 hours is going to be important. Interesting moves here. What's the volatility here? We're going from 916 up to 1060. That's 150. That's 15%. That's barely below status. But I mean, this is a 2 hour time frame. Yeah, getting above that level of resistance might be pretty good. But I'm going to end this video now because I said 20 minutes, and that's where we stand right now. So yeah, if you want more of this, let me know because I can definitely do such. I thought it was kind of fun, but I got to get something quick to eat and then get ready to get out of here. So have yourself a great day. Bye bye.